Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Hero Trade Passive Aggressive from Bad Idea. Now, I know what you're saying. You already did that one. Well, no, it turns out we did half of it. Bad Idea did a switcheroo, a really interesting thing, where they split the comic. There is Hero Trade Passive and Hero Trade Aggressive. We did Aggressive before, and this is the passive part of the story. Yeah, the company that says no variants kind of did a variant. So Passive is written by Matt Kindt with David Lapham as the artist, Ramon Villalobos, and David Lapham is the watch costume design, Dave Sharpe letterer. There's a B-side called The Erasure. It's the same story as the other book, so we're not going to review that since we already did that one. It's written by Matt Kindt. Klaus Janson is the artist. Troy Peteri is the letterer. Alright, so Passive Aggressive. It comes together as a single story. Aggressive is about a superhero who has all his money stolen by Russian hackers, and Passive is about the Russian hacker who stole the money. It comes together like in a Tarantino-ish way, and I think the two stories together are way better than either of them apart, which is, I think, really interesting. Passive, out of the two of them, I think is the actual better story, but when you read Passive and Aggressive together, you get the connection of everything, and I think overall the two together work. I wouldn't recommend Aggressive on its own. Passive I would, but I think Passive Aggressive I definitely would, which makes things a little frustrating in that just put them both in the comic. Do Passive, Hero Trade Passive Aggressive, make the two stories one comic. I understand the gimmicky aspect of it, and the way it was split out we're still figuring it out, but it seemed roughly west of the Mississippi got Passive, east got Aggressive, which I'm not sure exactly what that says about each side of the country. Roughly, that's kind of seems to be what the split was. And Passive so far seems to actually be the more difficult one to get a hold of. It's an interesting story. I mean, I found myself laughing a little bit more than Aggressive. I think that's kind of the interesting thing. This Passive has definitely a lot more humor to Aggressive's testosterone-filled 80s homage. Let's kind of go with that. So they fit their title really, really well, and again, like I just think Passive is the better story. I think it's actually more interesting and a little bit more entertaining. The art continues. The art I think is decent, just like with Aggressive. It's not quite my style overall, but clearly people really, really like it, and there's a lot packed into it. I think the overall the issue I've got with Passive is that while it takes place in Russia, it doesn't feel very Russian. There's actually English lettering on things, and there's small details. It just doesn't feel like was put in to really give you a feel that it's Russia. It just feels like any American town, Canadian town, something. It just does nothing to it screams Russia to me. So yeah, it's an interesting series. I mean, it's an interesting concept. Obviously got a lot of people buzzing, got a lot of fans scrambling to try to go complete their collection. But overall, it's entertaining. It's not one that I would be spending the stupid amounts that some people are on the issue. But it's entertaining. So yeah, I think this is one that's definitely for the Bad Idea completists. I'm gonna put, it's gonna be a hard one to sell out there because I don't really know who the hell has it anymore. But we'll do the usual. We've got a link underneath where they're of the Bad Idea stores. Start with the West Coast if you want to try to get it. Some of them, some might still have issues or copies of it to be able to get, or be able to get you a copy with not second print if they ever happen. But beyond that, as always, we'll have the latest Bad Idea news and reviews coming up. They've got some, of course, new issues this week that we'll have up on this channel relatively soon. If you want the latest Bad Idea news, comic news in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games. you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.